Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. Today I'm making rhubarb cordial. My son's not really keen on rhubarb crumble, so I started making rhubarb cordial a couple of years ago, and it's something we all look forward to now. So I've chopped nearly a kilo of rhubarb. I'm just continuing to do the last slice, the last stalk now. So as I say, it's a kilo, but you can put less than if you need to, and put other flavours in. Now, to that kilo, I'm going to add a tablespoon of my dehydrated orange peel. So it's orange zest. Oh no, I actually only need a teaspoon. Just bear with me. That's a half. That's a teaspoon of orange zest. And again, I did the same with the lemon. So we've got a teaspoon, it smells lovely, teaspoon of the lemon zest. I'm actually just going to put half a teaspoon of the dried ginger. I'm going to pour the water in first, so that's a litre of cold water over the top. And instead of using sugar in this one, I'm actually going to use my homemade dandelion honey. This one, the batch didn't come out as well, so we like a soapy texture. I did 3 different varieties of the dandelion honey last year. I did one which was more of a jam marmalade texture, did one which was a runny honey, and then one set a bit too firm, so as I said, that was a hard jam. But this one has just come out slightly too runny, so instead of discarding it and not using it, I've been using it for roasting vegetables, covering a ham joint and making it honeyed ham. And today, instead of using the sugar, which this recipe actually called for 600 grams of sugar, I've decided that's way too much and I've equated it to about 200 grams. So as I say, instead I'm actually going to put dandelion honey in. To get the most out of this, I'm actually going to put a drop of water in the bottom. I'm sure we get the most out of it. Now, excuse me Mr. Wallflowers, while I just reach across. This will come to a slow boil. Once it all starts bubbling up, I shall then put it on a low simmer for 15 minutes, making sure that the rhubarb is completely all broken down to mush. Then I can sieve it then and get the cordial from it. But I will slowly bring that to the boil. From this, because I've put a litre of water in, I should imagine I'm going to get a litre of rhubarb. So what I normally do is I'll sieve it all and then I bottle it up for my son then, or for ourselves if we fancy a glass. And then we can keep it cool in the fridge, so that's how we like it. My rhubarb isn't the best at the moment, but it's enough for us to get some drink out of it. We've got a couple of puddings out of that, but now I'm hoping it'll flourish, and this weather although it's cold and we're not really fancying so many lolly ices or cold cool cocktail drinks at the moment. I'm sure it'll be here soon. I'm sure we'll make the most of it. So with things like cordial already prepped and the lolly ices already in the freezer, we should be able to cool down quickly when we need to. Okay, I'm going to let this come to the boil, and as I say, simmer for 15 minutes and I shall come back to you. Okay, so the stage I'm at here now is I brought it to a slow boil. I simmered it for 15 minutes. As you can see, all the rhubarbs literally just fell apart. I've let it cool down a little bit, but as you can see the steam coming from it, it's still quite hot. So I'm going to sieve it, if I can manage it, and just have it ready. Hopefully it cools it down a bit more. Oh, that's hot splashing. Quite mushy, the contents. I'm going to have to get myself used this. It's used for tea. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm literally just waiting for it to drain through. Give it a little tease. Push it to one side, let the liquid seep underneath. So I believe gin is a big thing. Not being a drinker, and all of us not going out for such a long time. But a lot of people like to drink gin at the moment, and I believe rhubarb gin is quite a hit. So basically you buy yourself a bottle of gin, drink one glass out of it and top up with some clean fresh rhubarb diced up. Put it in a cupboard or a dark place for about 3 or 4 weeks. You take it out and you've got gin rum, and you've saved yourself an absolute fortune. And hopefully you've grown it in your own garden and eaten it. Well, drunk it in that case. People make lots of different alcohols from fruit, lots of different cordials, but gin seems to be the most popular one talked about at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to come back to you when I've got all this completely drained. So as you can see, I'm just up to the stage of bottling it now. So I've got a long necked, slim necked funnel. I'm just pouring it through. I've got 1.5 bottles out of it. Should be quite nice. So there we have it. So from a kilo of rhubarb, 200 grams of honey, and a couple of little bits of flavouring, and a litre of water. We've got a bottle and a half of Rhubarb Cordial, and it's absolutely delicious. Okay, I hope this is something you can try at home, and I'll see you soon. Bye.